You've probably seen hashtag Calexit or Yes California around, some efforts for the secession of California from the USA. This thing really got around just after Trump was elected as the president in 2016, and even though it has cooled down for a while, some little movements can still be seen here and there to attain the Republic of California. Sounds good? Not really? In this video, we're not just gonna look at this California, just a state in the US. We're gonna look at California as a whole, the region of California, which includes two states from Mexico as well, Baja California and Baja California Sur, which literally mean Lower California and Lower California South. So it would be a serious offense if they're counted out in this, so a little burn for both the US and Mexico. It's completely unlikely that the US and Mexico would let these states just break away, but it's always fun to just think about and imagine what would really happen if California became an independent nation right now. One thing's for sure, California would be a global superpower. So for this, we combine California, the state, and the entire peninsula of Baja California, where we get the 49th biggest country in the world, having a land area of around 570,000 square kilometers, making it even bigger than France or any other European country except for Ukraine and Russia. Yeah, it would be kinda big, but the thing to look at here would be the coastline it gets. This combination would give California the coastline of more than 4,600 kilometers, which according to the CRS is longer than the east coast of the United States. No, we're not gonna get into this coastline paradox thing for now, but we're definitely gonna look at these two ports California would get, the Port of Los Angeles and the Port of Long Beach, which are the two biggest ports in not just North America but the entire Western Hemisphere. These two ports are responsible for more than 44% of the total imports of the US. And as in California as an independent nation, the US could actually pay California to use these ports, or the US could just build newer ports or expand the existing ones in Oregon or Washington. Either way, it would be really costly for the US and really beneficial for California. And getting into the city of Los Angeles, LA is the third biggest city in North America and of course the biggest in California, with a metropolitan population of more than 13.5 million people. Los Angeles is a really important city for the US, especially in the field of economy. The recent GDP of Los Angeles metropolitan city is more than $1 trillion. Which is more than half that of Canada's GDP. So losing this gigantic city along with San Francisco and San Diego would be detrimental for the US. And on the other side, Mexico would lose the city of Tijuana and Mexicali. Sacramento would barely make it to the list of top 10 biggest cities in California, but it is where the government of California is located and is the capital of California, the state right now. So would it be the capital of the Republic of California? Probably yes, it would be the capital city. Mexico and especially the US would lose a lot of people, approximately 44 million for this new California. That would be more than enough for California to surpass the countries like Canada, Australia or Poland. That would make it the third most populated country inside of North America. Now getting into economy, students, because that's the field where California would thrive even as an independent nation. The recent GDP of California is around $3.5 trillion, which already makes California the richest state inside of the US. Combining that of Baja California, the economy would get on around $3.7 trillion, which means California would come out as 5th richest country in the entire world. The economy of California is staggering. This makes it even richer than the countries like UK, India and France, just a little behind Germany and Japan. And getting back to its home continent, Canada, with a GDP of $2 trillion, will drop from being the second richest country in North America to be the third one. Well, that's amazing, and divide that GDP with 44 million, even the GDP per capita of California would be more than $84,000, which is even more than that of the US right now. And being home to Silicon Valley and Hollywood, of course, this massive economy would be contributed by the major companies headquartered inside of California like Apple, Alphabet, Meta, Chevron, and many more. And being the entertainment and tech capital of the world, along with having the biggest agricultural industry inside of the US, it really has the upper hand in the economy. See, the absolute loss the US would get from this would be detrimental. But it gets even interesting if you count California as this state, Baja California, and include this region as well. See, the entire region of California used to be in Mexico until 1848. And California back then was divided into two parts, Alta and Baja California, which just mean Upper and Lower California. The province of Baja California was just this peninsula right here. The province of Alta California was giant and included modern-day California, Nevada, Arizona, Utah, and some parts of New Mexico, Colorado, and even Wyoming as well. Mexico lost this entire region, which is still called Mexican Cession, after the Mexican-American War and the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo. That's how US acquired this entire region right here. Now imagine the utter destruction the US would receive if it lost the entire Southwest, but we're not gonna get so deep in that. See, all this secession and the independent California sound really cheesy. And why not? It seems like it would succeed as an independent nation, has a decent size, population, has an amazing economy. It seems like it would just thrive. But the thing to look at here is how much California actually relies on the US, especially the energy. California is just not energy independent, and it matters heavily during the actual period of secession, while California actually put the efforts for the independence. See, the power grid for the entire western states, including California, is in the control of WECC, an entity regulated by FERC right from Washington DC. That means the control for power for California is in the control of federal USA. So California might even face an energy crisis during the actual period of secession, which just would not go well for it. But right on the other side, the fellow state of Texas has its own power grid. So Texas won't struggle that much in this case. And to be honest, independence for Texas could be a bit easier than that for California. But even if it is Texas or California or even Ohio or Mississippi, the Constitution of the US makes absolutely no provision for any secession from the Union. Meaning there is no legal basis for California to secede from the Union peacefully. And it could likely mean war if California attempted to leave. And to even hold a referendum, California would need 2/3 of the votes from both the House and Senate and approval of at least 38 states from the Union, which is really unlikely as of today. So will the US really amend its constitution for the secession of its own state? Not really. So will California just go on a war with the US for its independence? No chance. I guess it's better as it is, both for California and the US. And this great American divorce just might not go well. But I can't say anything more on this. Anything can just happen. Maybe the next big thing can be just Ohio becoming an independent nation. All I'm trying to say is that let's see what we see. Anyways, I really hope you enjoyed the video. And it's actually my first full-length video on this channel, so please let me know what you think about it. Hopping onto these full-length formats, I really hope it does good. There's definitely more coming out, stay tuned and you know what to do for that. Smash that big red button, or it might be just black or gray, you know the idea. And by any chance, if you want to follow me on my kinda inactive Instagram, that's my handle right there. So with that all, I'll see you in the next one.